David. Thank you for the white t-shirt. David, you and I have worked together twice, and I've told you this before, and I said it when you walked out. We were having a discussion about playing the Martian Manhunter, and one of your only points of frustration is you don't get to do the green guy very often. You get to do the guy without the green. And my point to you was like, that's more important. The green guy is just like, hey, it looks like him. But your performance is such that like you're not wearing the green makeup and you embody everything about a character that I've loved since childhood. Give it up for David's performance.
Thank you.
Now you, like some other people here, come from serious episodic television. You used to be on Homeland at one point. What's it like coming to a show like Supergirl, where at first, on the surface, it may seem like, what, girl in a cape? But you get to do a lot more. Talk about that.
Well, first of all, when I first read the script, I was kind of blown away. I wasn't expecting it to be so funny and so entertaining. So it was an easy choice, easy decision to make to do the show. And I have to say, we've got a great cast. I mean, Melissa's a fantastic lead. We've got the wonderful Kyla Lee, Jeremy Jordan, McCard. I mean, everybody. We've just got a really great group. So I thoroughly enjoy coming to work every day, and really enjoy working with everybody. And it's a great creative team, and just feel very fortunate to be playing such a fantastic character in such a great group.
Here's the thing most people don't get to see because David always so serious and stuff. Between takes, he does cartwheels around the set. It's adorable. You haven't lived until you've seen the Martian Manhunter do a cartwheel. All right, let's talk to Phil over here, man. Yeah. Phil, looks like you just lost your mind this year with this amazing show, Legends of Tomorrow. Take us... Everyone seems to be enjoying their jobs. You seem to be having the most fun this season.
Yes. Yeah.
Take us on the journey. The difference between season 1, Vandal Savage, and season 2, Legion of Doom, and going everywhere we've gone through history. The show has kind of defined itself more in this season than the first season. Would you agree?
I would. It's funny though. Everybody talks about how crazy the show is, and we never set out, to try to blow anyone's minds. It's funny. Like you live in such a cloistered world. Like for us, I think we are telling like something that's kind of these are just the stories that appeal to us. It's kind of like being in a jam band, and we start out a season with somebody's got like a little riff, and then 17 episodes later you're like, how did we get here? What are we playing? It's a strange thing being in a writer's room, but it's great. It's like organic, and what has allowed us to do this. Obviously, it's a crazy premise. And we have to have stories that are on that scale of absurdity, and I think the one thing that grounds it is our cast and their compelling characters and these tremendous performances, because otherwise it would just float off into outer space and nobody would care about it, and it would just be pure insanity. But I think there's actual heart to the show that keeps it tethered to the real world, and it's so much fun.
And it's tough because you're balancing, like maybe most people don't think about it, but a lot of storylines at once. You don't have one lead character. You've got 19 lead characters.
Yeah.
And every one of those stories has to be kind of served equally. How difficult is that every week?
Well, it was a learning process for us. In season 1, we sort of tried to be democratic, and we're like, God, we have these incredible actors. We all have to get equal parts of the pie. And then we sort of realized, like, calm down. You're going to get another season. You can actually let somebody come to the fore and focus on one character or one dynamic or one theme, and it's cool. Like the other people can sort of drift into the background, knowing that they're going to come back up, and you can pair people. Like Brandon's episode that aired last week, we went to outer space, and of course Ray Palmer wants to be an astronaut. And of course, Nate wants to, have an emotional storyline with his grandfather, and it's great because it's like it's sort of like we call it the roving spotlight on the show, where it's like it's kind of a new show every week. So it's like you're not only in a new time, but you're focusing on new characters, and you have Einstein or Al Capone or George Lucas as your like guest star of the week.
That was incredible.
It was incredible. Or a dinosaur. It's just like, I mean, season 3, it's just like we could look at the 3x5 cards that we've put up in season 1, and we haven't even gotten to like 90% of them.
The stuff that you wanted.
Yeah.
What's amazing is every week on your show, you guys get to fuck around with and break time.
Mm-hmm.
And then on The Flash, he breaks it once. Just once, and they get a whole season out of it and shit. Katie, my first experience with you before Legends was Mad Men. So the first time I watched Legends, I was like, oh shit, Don Draper's friends kicking ass. And you've existed in a few incarnations throughout this universe, and now you're pretty much de facto captain of the Wave Rider, the other insanely strong role model in the DCW universe that we have going on. Talk about playing as many canaries as you have.
I guess it's all been very interesting because I also never know what's coming. So when I first got on Arrow, it was 3 episodes, like at first, and then it kind of turned into more. And you're going to be playing, the Canary, and then it's like, and now we're killing you off. Goodbye, thank you. And it was like, and then a couple months later, and now we're bringing you back. And you're going to be the white canary or the red canary, some kind of canary. And each time, like, I really don't know where things are going. When they made Sarah kind of step into the captain role, didn't see that coming, but it's been really fun. I think Sarah kind of is like a lone wolf, so it's either like she needs to be like kind of doing her solo thing or leading, because she really is so strong-headed. But it's a lot of responsibility for her. Not for anybody to have that kind of decision-making on your shoulders. And you're dealing with this group of people, herself included, and everybody's just like outcasts and misfits. We always joke around that, like, our show, like, Legends is like the outcast and the misfit of, like, you got Flash, Arrow, like Supergirl. And we're like, hey, there's another show. It's called Legends of Tomorrow. And people are like, oh yeah, no, I don't know that one. We're like, well,
it's got a long title and 96 leading characters.
Yeah. But yeah, we all really are kind of like our characters, and it's a lot of fun.